So I was working on the Rupert video when I realized that I just need more time to work on it. So I decided that I would start a filler series to have a fall safe when I know I need more time to work on videos. And also, this is definitely the easy content I need to have when I'm bored and just want to take it easy for a week. So here we are. Hello everyone, I'm Detective for World, the internet's greatest detective, and welcome to the Detective Talks. This series will be a series where I just kind of talk about a wide range of topics, ranging from, my thoughts on maybe a video game or something a lot broader, like today's video on the commentary community. This is also a way for me to practice just speaking off script, because whenever I record videos, I usually have a script so that my thoughts aren't running rampant and are all over the place. As let's say when I'm in a classroom, we know exactly what we're talking about, and we're usually answering questions and trying to gauge our knowledge on a topic, and it's a lot easier to answer that way than it would be for me speaking on something where I've had to do research on a topic that's so foreign usually, or maybe it's just something that I need to just expand my thoughts on more. I don't know if that made any sense, but just I need to be better at speaking without a script, so that when I have sections of the video where it just needs to be my thoughts and my thoughts alone, and not just me writing words on a note and saying, alright, I'm gonna read this, then I'll be better at that. As you can see in the gaming and toxicity video, where when I was talking and giving my own little summary of posts, I was kind of I was kind of all over the place, and I feel like it doesn't really need to be that way. So yeah, this series will be my way of practicing with that. But let me just move into the video, since I feel like I've talked about this long enough. But anyways, today's video is on the commentary community. Just to start, I'd like to just talk about my connection with the commentary community, as I feel like everybody else has had their own weird experience and their way of being opened up to this community. But for me, I would say I've been a part of it since 2016, when I started watching Pyrocynical, I think I would like to say. I watched a lot of commentary community people, maybe some that aren't even really part of the community anymore today, but I would say I've been part of it for a while. And yeah, I've watched Pyrocynical, I've watched Colossal is Crazy, I've watched Luna. I don't know if he's really part of the commentary community as I would say, but I've watched him. Yeah, I've just watched a wide variety of commentary YouTubers. I've watched Optimus since 2018. It's not really too long, but I've watched just a lot of YouTubers, and I would say the community has changed since 2016, but everybody has their own weird connection with the commentary community. Everybody else feels maybe strongly about just the commentary community being the pinnacle of YouTube. Maybe some people feel like the commentary community just needs to disappear altogether. And this is where I will be moving on to the next topic, my thoughts. So let's get on with it. Now, one thing I have to say about the commentary community is that they are very opinionative, and diverse. What I mean by that is they're very strong about everybody having an opinion. The thing about that is that because everybody in the commentary community has a different opinion, that leads to lots of disagreements and arguments over how you should see a situation. And whenever someone big has a voice, usually their opinion is held higher than most others. Even if you have some skewed different opinion that might be looked upon as, oh, that's so weird, why would you ever have an opinion that's different from this other person? And that's just one of my gripes, is that a lot of people feel like because this person is big in the commentary community and that they have a voice, their voice is the only voice, and that's the only one that matters. And it's almost like you can't have your own opinion. I'm not saying that it's like that necessarily, but some people feel like their opinion is the opinion of the person that was big and made this, you know, obscure opinion that they weren't really just, they were just like, oh yeah, like, oh, I hate cats. Now look, you've got like hundreds of other people that are like, yeah, I hate cats too. And I just think that's really weird. But it's also changed a lot within, you know, 2016 and 2022, as when YouTubers like, I don't know, Leafy were running around. He could make edgy jokes as much as he wanted and was still getting a check from YouTube. And now look, today you make an edgy joke and you're demonetized for life. And it's not to say that it's like a bad or a good thing. I'm not really a fan of making edgy jokes, not really a fan of that. But there are people who are, and I'm not going to stop you. You know, we may have differing views on that, but, you know, I feel like people should be entitled to watch, just at least watch what you're saying and know audiences. If you know you're going to make edgy jokes, keep that stuff in private. Don't make it like a public thing on your videos where everybody can see it, right? But then that comes with free speech and all these other things, and I don't really want to talk about that because I'm not about politics. I don't like politics. I don't like talking about politics. It's not really my thing. But I would say a lot of larger voices in the commentary community are also a lot more negative, and that's why, you know, a lot of opinions are a lot more negative than others. It's like there's not really a commentary YouTuber that's like, oh yeah, I'm just this positive guy, I'm here to spread positive messages, because that's not really a thing. I don't really know why. I mean, it's not like it's not like there aren't people in the commentary community that are very positive and are all about spreading the right messages and all of this other nonsense. But, you know, the commentary community is so, I don't know, focused on a negative message, it feels nowadays, because everybody's talking about all the bad stuff and nobody's ever talking about you know, good things. And I feel like there's multiple reasons for that I just can't get into because I don't know about them. But yeah, getting into that, I feel like the influence of the commentary community is large, especially for some people out there. Like, I don't know, let me say Leafy, for instance, even though he's gone from the platform for good, and I think it's weird. It's not really a good thing. It's not really a bad thing. People have talked about it. I'm not going to get into it because it's not my business, but I feel like when he was around, he was definitely influencing a lot of people in a bad way, because people are like, oh, he can just say this and people will follow him. I want to be just like that, and that's not really a good thing, because if you have people being edgy without can you even be edgy with a purpose? Anyways, I'm gonna move on from that, but people are just really weird, and because, you know, they want to be like their favorite YouTuber, they start taking their mannerisms and all these other things. And, you know, I feel like that's not really an influence people should have. It's weird. Like, I'm not saying that people can't like these people, right? And I'm also not saying that people will watch a YouTuber and they're just automatically influenced, because, you know, I've been watching Optimus, like I said, since 2018, and I've noticed, you know, he's always had just, you know, some political content that I don't really watch, because I'm not really too into following on politics and all that other stuff, and we definitely have differing opinions on things, but I still watch his content because I feel like, you know, it's something nice to have in the background and something nice to watch, just, you know, just to watch. And I also stay informed with things every once in a while, so that's always nice. But, you know, some people are definitely a lot more like, hey, you influence me and you make me a different person every day, and I thank you for that. And I just don't know how much of a good thing that is. Moving on, I think the most important thing that needs to be addressed about the commentary community is drama, because it's so easy to get into drama in the commentary community. Because people are so vocal about their opinions and about all of this other stuff, people are very quick to, you know, say, hey, I don't like what this person said about this thing, and you know, sometimes it leads to banter between the two, and that will lead to escalated drama that the community feels that they also need to be a part of. And when that stuff becomes public, it's such an issue, because then everybody's like, oh, I'm taking this side, or I'm taking this side, and this is really weird. Of course, you know, I've kind of stopped keeping up with commentary community drama. I see it around every once in a while, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to see what's going on, but I've tried to make it just like a mission to not be so involved and not to care so much about what these two people are dealing with on their own, because, you know, I think the most involved I had ever been at one point was with the Slazo situation, if any of you can remember when that took place, in I think the summer of 2019, or yeah, it was 2019, I think. Correct me on that if I'm wrong. I'll probably go back and look later and just correct myself, but that was probably the most involved I was. In fact, that is the most Twitter discourse I've ever had, and that, like, right after that situation had blown over, I came to realize just how little it matters that I have an opinion on a situation. Because in the end, if something happens that is unforeseen, me saying something about it isn't gonna change the, you know, the overall situation or what's going on internally, because I'm not a part of it. Of course, you know, if I had a larger voice, maybe I would skew some people into thinking wrongly about someone, or, you know, having people be like, oh yeah, I don't like this person, what, you know, their involvement in the situation because of this thing or that thing, and then it turns out that they're wrong, and it's like, oh well, you know, I was always against that thing, but that's just really weird, and I don't really like that. And I also, you know, want to say that the commentary community is way too quick to take a side. Nobody's ever in the middle until the very end, it seems. And another good example of that was when Pyrocynical situation was taking place. Like I said, I'm not going to go into detail with that because it was a while ago, and also I don't really care, because it really wasn't just, you know, it's a situation that came and, you know, people did their talking and then it passed, so I just kind of let it go. But I was in the middle with that situation the whole time, because if I was wrong, then I would look goofy, because I made all of these opinions and all of these statements, and it turns out that I was wrong on everything because this got debunked and that got debunked and all of this other nonsense. And I feel like that's just, you know, drama within the commentary community is way too complex, and it becomes way bigger of a situation than it needs to be, because everybody else wants to be involved and to have their own opinion. And because, you know, that's the slogan of the commentary community, everybody has an opinion until nobody has an opinion, which seems like nobody has an opinion, so, you know, it doesn't really matter. But that's about all I have to say about drama within the commentary community. let's move on. So all in all, I think the commentary community could have some changes. There's some things, there's some gripes that I have, but I can't change it because everybody has an opinion. And I don't really care that much. People can be as vocal and, you know, say whatever they want about anything, because that's the internet. So why should why should anybody get a right to say, oh, I don't like that, so I'm gonna completely, you know, get rid of that right? The commentary community could be a little bit different though. We could definitely see some things change, but who am I to say, oh, we should change this or we should change that? Or so I'm just, you know, commentary community, you're cool. We're cool, right? We're cool. But anyways, thank you for watching this video if you cared to watch it. I will be trying my best to release the Rupert video by next week on Saturday at this same time that I've usually been uploading. If you care, you know, feel free to watch. If you don't, don't, I guess. But anyways, you know, thank you for watching. And as always, it's been elementary, my dear Watson.